We are at 12 o'clock. Let's call this special meeting of the Churchill County Library Board of Trustees into order. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. All right, we have as our third item a chance for public comment. This is our first chance for public comment in the meeting. Is there anybody that would like to give one? Hearing none, I'm going to move on to the roll call of members. Maddie, do you want to start us off?
Maddie Cerna.
Sari Kaler.
Dr. Segura.
Jessica Rowe. All right, verification of the posting of the agenda. Pam?
Pam Moore, for the record. The agenda was posted on September 4th between the hours of 2 and 5. However, I will note that it was not posted to the state's website due to the cybersecurity breach, but it has been posted at the other locations in accordance with statutes.
Thank you, Pam. Item 6, consideration and possible action regarding the approval of agenda as submitted or revised. We did receive that one revision, but we have that in front of us. So we will take that as a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the revised agenda.
Thank you, Sari. Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
Thank you, Maddie. All those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. The motion carries. All right, consideration and possible action regarding the approval of minutes of the meeting held on July 11th, 2025. Do we have any discussion of those minutes?
I move to approve the minutes of the meeting held on July 11th, 2025.
Thank you, Maddie.
I'll second that motion.
Thank you, Sari. So we have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
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 Aye, the motion carries. All right, so we are on to old business and the purpose of the meeting. So consideration and possible action regarding the appointment of John Hong to serve as the Churchill County Library Director. Kim, I think this is for you.
Good afternoon, Kim Bronsema, Churchill County Human Resources. I had several conversations with Mr. Hong, and we would like to, we had agreed on a step 7 in the range 72, which is right in the middle of the range, so it gives him some opportunity to continue to move forward. With the wages and benefits currently budgeted at a step 2, and due to the current vacancies within the library, there's sufficient funds within your current budget to accommodate this step. But because it will also impact budgets going forward, we will also be putting this before the Board of County Commissioners next week for their approval as well. We also did agree on a start date of October 20th.
I am going to ask you some of the same questions that I asked you on Wednesday when you talked to me about your conversations with John. You've answered 2 of them. The first was whether or not our budget can sustain the higher step, because this is a higher step than we normally would bring in a candidate, and higher than we have in the last 2. And so you did your work to crunch those numbers and make sure that with the salary savings that we have, that we can sustain this. The other question that I had asked you was whether or not hiring at this higher level would jeopardize that open librarian position. So not only can we sustain this, would you care to speak to that piece too, so that the rest of the board can hear the information that I had?
It would not impact that position because the savings calculated are the savings that we already have. So that's the money we're looking at to make up that difference. So the budget is already in place for the librarian going forward.
I really appreciate that, because one of our priorities is to make sure that we have the sustainability and stability in the staffing of the library. And so in bringing this in at that higher price point and investing in this candidate, we want to make sure that we're not causing other issues with the ability to hire. And then the last question I'd had that I thought was, or piece of context that you gave me that I thought was really important, is you had talked to me about some support in your conversations from the county, and you had felt that that was fairly positive from our partners that help us set that budget.
Yes.
Thank you. We do have our commission liaison, and we recognize that in bringing in a candidate at a higher step than we've done before, we will need to put this in front of the county commission. So in your mind, do you feel like we have some support there too?
Yes, I believe you guys have some support there. It's been a arduous process to get to where we're at now, so we definitely want to hire at a correct level, a correct step, to have that qualified candidate that wants to stay, that wants to be there to support the library. So I believe you have the board support on that.
I really appreciate that, because we don't want to go down this road only to kind of bump up against some of those other values, and we know that the commission has a lot that you have to balance when we come in. So that helps us a lot. Those were my questions. I agree with you. I feel like the process to hire has been one that we have undertaken with a great deal of seriousness, but it's one that we need to take on efficiently. We want to get past this bridging and into the building phase, and we'd like it to be successful if we can. To that end, though, I am one member of a multi-member board, and I wanted to make sure that you had your chances for questions or concerns or discussion. So,
I'm sorry, Ms. Kim. I didn't understand he would come in at a step 7. Is that what? Could you tell me his what step he would come in at again, please?
He would come in at a step 7.
I'd like to make a motion that we support this and take it to the county commissioners. I feel real confident in his abilities, and I'd like to make a motion that we do this, that we appoint John Hong to serve as the Churchill County Library Director.
all right, so we have a motion from Sue to support this appointment and this hire at the step described by Kim. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just going to ask if Sue, if you could include in there specifically which grade and step, which would be grade 72, step 7, and the effective date, which I believe was presented as October 20th, 2025. And then additionally, that it would be contingent on the approval of the advanced step placement by the Board of County Commissioners. It's anticipated that that will happen, but if for whatever reason it went to them and they said, no, we're not approving that advanced step, we're going to be back here. And so it'd be contingent on that and moving forward. If you could add that or whatever the board wants to add there, would be
All
appreciated.
right. No, I appreciate that note. So in the motion, approving the appointment of John Hong at the step 7 as described, contingent, start date of October 20th, 2025, contingent upon the approval from the Board of County Commission. Is that acceptable, Sue?
Well, we're going to add the step also, right? 70, did you say
Step
7?
7,
7.
grade
Grade
72.
7, step 7, yes.
Yeah, grade 72, step 7.
Grade 72, step 7.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for keeping us on task. Do we have a second on that motion?
I'll second that.
All right, so we have a motion and a second. All those in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. The motion carries. Thank you so much, Kim, for your hard work on this. All right, so we are now to the point of the second public comment. Is there anybody that would like to make public comment at this time? Hearing none, everybody's all crickets, then we will call for adjournment. Thank you, everybody, for your hard work.